Pam from Ink on My Whiskers, and today we're going to be making this cute little shaker card using the Festival of Trees stamp set. Let's get started. We're going to need one piece of garden green cardstock cut at 8.5 inches by 5.5 inches, and you're going to score it in the center down at 4.25 inches. That's going to be our card base. Then we're going to need a clear window sheet. This is 3.5 inches square. A piece of rich raspberry cardstock, also at 3.5 inches square. You're going to need 3 pieces of Whisper White cardstock, and each one of them is all the same size. It's going to be 5.25 inches by 4 inches. And then you'll just need a piece of scrap white paper to punch out your Christmas tree with. So the first step in tackling this card is to start cutting out all of our window pieces here. There's several layers that happen in this card, and we're just going to start working on them one by one. So the first thing we'll do is we'll cut out the little ring of the raspberry. So to cut out our window, we're going to need to use our circle framelits. And the sizes we'll need, counting from the outside, 1, 2, 3, we're going to need sizes 4 and sizes 5. Grab your magnetic plate and your clear cutting pad. Put down your cardstock, and then you'll see it's really easy with the magnetic plate to just get these circles to line up so that you're essentially going to cut both at the same time and make a little ring for yourself. Zip that through the big shot over here. Okay. Whoops. Let's bring that back. Okay, so there's our ring. Okay, so to do the next layer, you're going to need your card base and one of those pieces of Whisper White. And I'm just going to use my snail and just ever so lightly layer it up and tack it down. And then we're going to grab our magnetic platform again. We're going to layer both pieces together, and we're going to cut both layers at the same time so that our circle lines up perfectly. And again, the magnetic platform is so awesome because it just holds this on there through the 2 layers of cardstock with no problem at all. Okay, so let's run that guy through the big shot. Okay, so that's how it comes out cut from the big shot. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add just a little layer of dimension using the On Point embossing folder. Looks like little Christmas trees or triangles, depending on what you're going to do. I'm just going to center that in there, make sure that the Christmas trees are pointing up, and run this through the big shot. Okay, so that's going to come out like this. It just adds another little layer of dimension to your card. I'll grab our card base here again. Oops, goes that way. And you can see how this is starting to layer up. All right. Next, I'm going to grab some snail. And we're just going to put our Whisper White layers on the inside. Like so. Get that folded. It's rippling on me for some strange reason. Okay. And now we need to do a little bit of stamping. We'll start with our Christmas tree. So I'm going to grab that little scrap of white paper I have. and some garden green ink. Center that down. And some rich raspberry. And we're going to do the little ornaments right over top of the white spaces that are left in the tree. And because this is the photopolymer stamp set, it is super easy to see through and line them up perfectly. Love that, love that. Okay, now we're going to grab the tree punch, and I've made this piece a little too small, so I'm just going to add a post-it note so that I have a handle here to grab when I slide this in. It's just a little trick for punching. There we go, lined up perfectly. All right, and then we need our greeting. The inside of the circle says a merry little wish. And I'm also going to add a couple of little rich raspberry stars around the edges here. One more, just for fun. All right. On the inside, we'll add for lots of joys at Christmas. And a few more stars. And that takes care of the stamping. Now we just need to get this all stuck together. Now, the trick with a shaker card is we're going to take this window sheet and we're going to glue it right to the back side of our top layer, which is that white piece of cardstock. So make sure you don't put any adhesive on the center. Just layer that up like that. All right. And then while I'm at it, stick a little bit of snail. You'd probably be better off with Tombow for this, since mine is not rolling very nicely at all right now, but I notice that I've got a couple of little fuzzies here I'm going to get rid of. There we go. Layer that up. And then the trick to doing your shaker card is that in between these two layers, you're going to need a whole bunch of dimensionals, partially to hold your confetti on the inside, and part of it just to keep the layer up high enough so that your confetti can shake properly. So give me a moment, I'm going to grab some dimensionals and we'll get this all ready. Alright, so as you can see, all I've done is taken the edge of some of our dimensionals here and put it all the way around the circumference of the circle. You want to make sure that you don't leave any big gaps that will be large enough to lose some of your confetti on the inside. So just be careful as you're layering things up. You may want to consider, in the catalog we have shaker frames, and they're solid foam dimensional circles that are exactly for this purpose. I just don't happen to have any right now, but it would definitely make your life a lot easier if you like making shaker cards to just invest in a few of these. All right, so we've got that down. We're going to open up our little snowflake embellishments and grab a handful to sparkle in there. And just grab a couple more silver ones, I think. There we go. Great. And then on the back of my white layer, I just put dimensionals in each of the four corners, and I've also wrapped around some silver 1/8 inch ribbon. And then you're just going to center the whole thing on your card base carefully. And that gives you your shaker card. Then we're just going to grab a couple of dimensionals for the back of our tree. Oops. Offset him a little from our circle. And then I've already tied a little bow here out of our silver ribbon and stuck a glue dot on the back. And that finishes off the card. Okay, so that's your front with all the little shaker bits inside, and your inside, which has got your extra layers there. Hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you again soon. Bye!